Merry Christmas, you beautiful bastards, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer, and today, well, it's going to be my top 10 Christmas flicks. These are my 10 favorite films surrounded by the holiday. They span from horror movies, comedies, everything in between, so it's going to be a fun one, a nice festive one to get in the mood for Christmas, and there's some gems in there, so guys, let's dive right in, get to the party, and really have some fun with this. So, without any further ado, here is my top 10 Christmas flicks. Starting off the list of Yuletide fun, at number 10, is the Tim Burton produced and Henry Selick directed horror Christmas musical, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Jam-packed with outstandingly catchy musical numbers and practical special effects wizardry, this early 90s stop-motion classic captures the spirit of both Christmas and Halloween to combine them into one nightmarishly silly and completely entertaining holiday package. With Jack Skellington and crew taking over Christmas and mucking up the season with frightful delights and spooky sights, The Nightmare Before Christmas is an outstanding family-friendly classic that truly takes the best elements of both holidays and meshes them together with the iconic and highly distinct style plucked from Tim Burton's wild imagination. Whether you love Halloween or cherish Christmas, The Nightmare Before Christmas is an absolute treat and feast for the eyes, and one that I can't help but revisit at least once a year. Up next at number 9 is the brutal and nasty British slasher classic, Don't Open Till Christmas. Wearing its video nasty qualities proudly on its sleeve, this rough and tumble holiday horror flick revels in its bad taste and taboo attributes to produce something of a wild and unpredictable cinematic oddity. Ripped straight out of the mid-80s and brimming with Christmas cheer and jeer, actor-turned-director Edmund Purdom does a fantastic job in realizing the seedy holiday fright fest, which had a terribly troubled production, resulting in an uneven piece of cinema that is an absolute hoot to see play out. Cheesy acting and mind-boggling scenes aplenty, the movie is wild-eyed and exceptionally sadistic, and that's just how I like my seasonal slasher productions. With its sensational brutal kills and blatant naughtiness around every corner, Don't Open Till Christmas is a purely entertaining ride from beginning to explosive end, and one that you won't want to pass up, especially if you're a fan of Christmas-themed horror flicks. Multiplying into the 8th spot is the deliriously wacky and insanely original comedy fantasy horror film, Gremlins. The brainchild of genre filmmaker Joe Dante, and written by the always reliable Chris Columbus, this chaotic production goes full-blown wild with imaginative special effects, an unorthodox set of rules and lore, and a gaggle of both cute and repulsive characters that honestly light up the screen in the most stupendous of ways. Highly mischievous and altogether outstanding in its scope and ambitions, this holiday favorite is a pure classic that does a stupendous job in balancing its comedy and horror elements without falling off the rails or pushing too far in either genre. From the cute love story between Zach Galligan and Phoebe Cates' characters, to the heartwarming and memorable moments of fan-favorite Gizmo, the film genuinely does have a whole hell of a lot to offer its audience. When it comes to chaotic Christmas flicks, not many do it better than this Joe Dante-directed smorgasbord of insane awesomeness. Lock your doors and hide your presents. At number 7 is the crazy killer Santa flick, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Forged in the 80s and wholly drenched in it, this fantastic Christmas slasher production boasts a stellar cast of unknowns and a sharp and vivid Christmas atmosphere that oozes through every frame of this cult classic hit. Directed by Charles E. Sellier Jr. and deliriously bloody, the entertainment value of this off-kilter flick is through the roof and fantastically realized, presenting a manic holiday-themed story that is truly like no other and ultimately one of the most potent slasher flicks of the demented genre. Exuding personality and character, and celebrating the grindhouse aesthetic of grunge and grime and sleaze, this mid-80s oddity is a fount of slasher fun, and a spicy Christmas spirit that begs for multiple viewings thanks to its strange cast of characters, its unsavory storyline, and a high-energy personality that honestly makes the film shine brighter than it has any right to. Whether it's the hectic style of the production, or the idea of a killer Santa on the loose, Silent Night, Deadly Night is an unabashed Christmas classic that must be seen to be believed, and loved whenever possible. It's total cult classic greatness. Strumming into the number 6 spot is Jim Henson's wonderful feel-good family Christmas special, Emmett Otter's Jug-Band Christmas. Full of heart and extremely sappy, this absolutely cute production captures a certain kind of magic that only Jim Henson could muster, thanks to the amazing puppetry on display and the colorful personalities and characters that grace its swift runtime of 48 minutes. With musical numbers written by legendary songwriter Paul Williams, and a cast of stupendous voice actors such as Frank Oz and the like, it goes without saying that this Yuletide gem is something of a nostalgic wonder. Completely practical and brimming with heart and soul, Emmett Otter's Jug-Band Christmas is a true treat for the season, and one that I constantly revisit each year. It's got that pitch-perfect atmosphere that just screams Christmas, and if you're a fan of Jim Henson's iconic body of work and definitive style, then you're sure to love this quaint little miracle of a Christmas special. It honestly is an absolute joy. Haunting the number 5 spot is the demented and totally twisted Christmas Carol retelling, Scrooged. Expertly directed by Richard Donner and fabulously performed by the legendary Bill Murray, this modernized retelling of the Charles Dickens classic is an absolutely spellbinding experience, filled with memorable moments and commendable performances aplenty. The entire production is just supercharged with a dangerously witty personality, and it's practically overflowing with a hefty collection of superb actors and actresses that healthily fill out this topsy-turvy cinematic world of Christmas shenanigans. The effects work of the film are also impressive, with a robust flavor that truly makes the film an unabashed spectacle of awesomeness. With Bill Murray absolutely knocking it out of the park in the starring role, and the interesting way in which the filmmakers turn the story of Scrooge on its head, it goes without saying that Scrooged is a modern masterpiece and a truly inspiring viewing experience that results in nothing but sweet, sweet holiday cheer. Poking our eyes out at number 4 is the ultimate coming-of-age Christmas classic, A Christmas Story. Directed by the remarkable genre filmmaker Bob Clark, and filled to complete capacity with nostalgic wonder and copious amounts of Christmas flavor, this cult holiday production is without a doubt one of the most beloved Christmas family comedies to ever exist. With an extraordinary cast and a tone and atmosphere to die for, there's no question why it's at the top of my list and most everyone else's of Yuletide favorites. Peter Billingsley does a fantastic job as the mischievous young BB gun-wishing Ralph, while Darren McGavin is absolutely sensational as the crotchety lamp-obsessed father of the picture. And let's not forget the picture-perfect rest of the cast. A Christmas Story is just a magical film, one that captures the feeling of Christmas to perfection and lays out a deliriously enjoyable holiday yarn that only seems to get better with time. Entertaining from beginning to end, A Christmas Story is a true cinematic treasure and one hell of a fantastic film. Murdering its way to the number 3 spot is the potent early 80s holiday slasher flick Black Christmas. Surprisingly directed by A Christmas Story's Bob Clark, and brimming with attitude and brood to match, this significantly sensational and extremely brutal production is blessed with an impressive cast of characters and a hellishly intriguing location for the murderous mayhem to play out. The film is cold, calculating, and extremely oppressive, with tension you could cut a knife with, and it's a complete package of paranoid fervor that genuinely raises the hair on the back of your neck and honestly sticks in your brain. The style and substance is there in every frame of this cult classic slasher flick, and it doesn't get much better than this stalker gone wild, captivating gem. Totally classy and exceptional when it comes to setting the mood, Black Christmas is a grade A cinematic experience that truly delights in the macabre and conjures up some pretty classy scares with patience and undeniable genre mastery. Coming home for the holidays at number 2 is the iconic 1989 Christmas comedy National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. The third film in the franchise and one of my personal favorites of the bunch, Christmas Vacation excels on all levels, from its outstanding cast of characters to its joyful way in which it allows the wacky antics to unfold. Starring Chevy Chase as the goofball super dad everyman, Clark Griswold, Chase is at the absolute top of his game in this production. His comedy timing is impeccable, and he nails the aloof role with flying colors and a hell of a lot of heart. The supporting cast does an amazing job as well, riffing off Chase with the greatest of ease, and truly forming that family vibe that the film and series completely thrives in. Filled with constant laughs and moments that will stick with you for the rest of your life, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is probably the funnest time you'll ever have with a Christmas movie, and it serves as a wonderful yearly viewing that without a doubt could thaw the coldest of hearts. Coming in at the absolute pinnacle of Christmas cinematic miracles is the insanely audacious and imaginatively mesmerizing crazy killer Santa flick, Christmas Evil, aka You Better Watch Out. Surprisingly heartfelt and completely unorthodox when it comes to telling a horror story, this 1980s production constantly falls back and forth between sappy Christmas tale to unhinged psycho character study, and the end result is something of a splendid sight to behold. Directed by Lewis Jackson and headlined by the most sympathetic weirdo in the world, Brandon Maggart, the film excels at its intimate portrayal of a man lost in the nostalgia and magic of Christmas, only to descend into a downward spiral that quickly begins to blur the lines of reality and fantasy. It's an impressive balancing act to say the least, and one that is an absolute blast to get lost in. Its childlike wonder and constant obsession with the holiday season gives it a vivid atmosphere that honestly captures the awe of Christmas to damn near perfection. And the performance by Maggart is fully realized and expertly genuine, helping to aid in wrangling the wilder elements of the film and maintaining the production's focus. It's surreal, surprising, and altogether completely memorable. And what more could you want in an 80s Christmas horror movie called Christmas Evil? And there you have it, you jolly sons of bitches. That is my top 10 Christmas flicks. Some great gems in there, like I said. Fantastic across the board. I watch pretty much all of these films every single year to get me into the Christmas spirit. And hopefully some of those picks in there are your favorites and ones that you watch as well during the Christmas season. So, guys, without any further ado, that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed that video and hope you like what I'm doing here. Hope you have a great Christmas. Happy New Year, all that jazz, and I will see you guys next time at the next movie review, top 10 list, or one of my collection videos, or whatever I can think of next. But guys, I will see you later, get the hell out of my house, and Merry Christmas! Later!